Please allow me to welcome our dear guest and worldwide megastar, Mr. Nicolas Cage.
Marhaban. Salam alaikum. I am so happy to be back in Cairo, back in magical Egypt. I was here a very long time ago, seems like 4,000 years ago, for a different edition of the Cairo International Film Festival, so I'm very grateful to be invited back again to celebrate your art, your culture, to stand in solidarity with you as we celebrate the world's cinema. And, you know, I'm going to choose to be happy here tonight with all of you. I'm going to smile. I just came to you from Las Vegas. My city went through something pretty intense a few weeks ago. You may have seen it in the news. You went through something very emotional, very tragic, but we are all here together. It can happen anywhere in the world. We don't single anybody out. That's the truth, okay? So I'm in Cairo because I'm not going to let anybody scare me. Do you understand? Inshallah. And I hope to be back.
طبعا فنان عالمي وعظيم نيكولاس كيج بإنتاج غزير جدا ومعجبينه في العالم العربي عدد كبير جدا. I'm welcoming Nicolas Cage. We're very happy that you're here in Cairo, Egypt, and the Cairo Film Festival.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. I was here a long time ago, and I've always wanted to come back, so it was my grateful delight to be here.
So what's long time ago? How long ago?
I would say over 25 years ago.
Wow.
For one of the earlier editions of the Cairo International Film Festival. And a lot's changed since then for me. So I was happy to come back with a more mature point of view.
You had a very emotional speech made at the conclusion of the film festival. What inspired that statement you made? And please remind me of it.
Well, I just felt that it was important for people to know that it doesn't matter where you are, these things can happen. And you know, I had gone through something in my own city of Las Vegas just a few weeks ago, so I had great empathy for what happened here a few days ago. And I wanted to make it clear that nothing would stop me from coming to Egypt and to be happy about being here and to smile about being here. So that's really where the sentiment came from.
Next year's film festival, I mean, we're definitely looking forward to having you again, and we're definitely looking forward to have more of the heroes we see on the American movies to be coming in. Any message that you'd like to send out?
I would certainly ask all filmmakers and all movie stars to join you here in Cairo and to come to this film festival, because the spirit of the film festival is really one that appreciates the mirror that film gives to reflect society and helps us get through whatever we may be going through in our personal lives within us or in our exterior lives without us. So I would encourage all all movie stars and filmmakers to join you here.
Seeing you face to face talking, and of course, seeing most of the movies that you've done, I feel you are the same person. Are you the same person on camera as the person who is in real life?
I think so. I mean, it's just different. It's like an equalizer when you're making music. It's just different levels. I channel a little more of the bass sometimes and a little more of the treble other times, or maybe I'll mix it up. But I can't really make a movie or play a part unless I've had some sort of emotional connection to the way the character is written, that I can understand the character. Because I don't really like the idea of acting. I like the idea of film performance. I want to be able to express truthfully, whether through my life experience or through my dreams, emotionally how that character feels.
There's always some kind of a message that you're trying to send out in most of the movies, especially the ones starting the 90s. There's so much that you wanted to always send a message with every single film. Is this like a precondition you set before you accept a script?
Not really. No, I don't really go about it making movies to send messages. I go about it more as to how can I come at this from an emotional place that is honest and also just reflect what is happening around me in a neutral way. To tell stories. That I'm interested in great stories, stories that move me, stories that make me emotional. I'm not so much interested in sending messages.
But you make it a point that there is something that says that Nicolas Cage, when he's done this particular role, he ended up with being somebody whom we sympathize with. Even when you're a contract killer, I mean, we sympathized with you. Whatever you did in Face Off, we hated you, we liked you, we hated you. I mean, you in many of your movies. So,
well, I thank you for that. I appreciate you saying that, but it's not something that you can design. It's more something that you're born with. I wouldn't even begin to know how to explain that particular aura.
So, I mean, do you accept certain directors to be working with you, or is it something that you sit and agree all together? How does the sequence work?
It all begins with the script. I have to know I can do something with the words on the page, but the director is becoming increasingly important because film really is a director's medium. But a great performance, perhaps even more than a great director, if you give a great actor or movie star a terrific script, he can really affect people in a deep, or she can affect people in a very deep way, perhaps more so than any other element.
You have, I think, a couple of films in the post-production right now, waiting to be released in 2018 and 2019.
I'm very excited about two movies that are more in the thriller aspect. One is called Mom and Dad, which my friend Brian Taylor directed. And it's a completely wild movie, like a bad dream, about parents who inexplicably decide to become violent towards their children. But if you can believe it or not, it's done in a way that has a terrific amount of black humor or dark humor to it, and is completely kind of irreverent. And then another one that I did called Mandy, which I'm tremendously excited about. I haven't seen it yet, but it's going to open the Sundance Film Festival for the Midnight Madness selection. And that is another movie that is directed by just a great filmmaker named Panos Cosmatos. And I'm excited to see this movie. I'm sure it'll be quite like a nightmare.
There's something also in audio that's in the pipeline. What is that? I read something in audio is being in the pipeline that you'll be doing for 2020, I believe.
It's possible that I will be returning with the Croods for the animated feature, which is a nice family movie that I did with the Universal Pictures, rather DreamWorks, and then another one I might do with Sony, which is a reinterpretation of the Spider-Man character, which would also be animated, and I will be doing voiceover for that as well.
Wouldn't you be really worried because Nicolas Cage's voice, his accent, the way he speaks, anybody would definitely recognize from moments one, this is Nicolas Cage, and they would tie the character immediately to your facial
Not
features.
at all. I like that. That excites me. I want people to. I worked very hard to find my voice. All my favorite film stars were people like Brando and Bogart and James Cagney and Eastwood, and they all had very imitable voices. And when I first started acting, I didn't think I had much of a voice at all, so I had to try to figure out what my natural core to my sound was, which is kind of a almost like a cowboy drawl. I tend to extend words, and I come from the West and came from California. Now I live in Nevada, so I try to accentuate that to find the sound. But I make movies for everyone. First for myself, but I make movies for everyone. That includes children. So if I can do animated features and lend my voice to that, that excites me as well.
I guess also you were the first one to do a movie on a red camera, that Knowing film.
Knowing, and then also we did the red, we used 3D red, I believe, on a movie I did called Drive Angry, which was also interesting. But yeah, no, I've been blessed to work with some really innovative filmmakers who are always looking forward to taking risks and to trying to break boundaries and to bring something new and colorful to the work.
What happened to Superman?
Oh yeah, well that's a story. I don't even know where to begin with that. But as I said before, I think that movie exists in the imagination, which is probably a better place for it.
And you truly have issue 1 of Superman?
I had 2 copies of Action 1, but I no longer have them.
Not anymore? Stolen?
Not anymore, no.
Given out?
I had a horrible situation where they were stolen from my house.
Stolen?
Stolen, yeah.
Oh, you did not misplace them or given them to a girlfriend?
No, they were stolen. But interestingly enough, they made a movie about that called Action 1, which is a comedy about me and my comic books being stolen from my house. I don't know when that's ever going to come out, but they did make that movie.
Did you go today to the pyramids?
I did. Oh, I love the pyramids. As I said, I was here before, and the first time I came to Egypt, I got off the airplane, and it was very late at night, and I said, I need to go right to the pyramids. And I managed to actually go to the pyramids on a camel named Mickey Mouse. And there was a full moon, and I went on by camelback to the pyramids, and I touched it, and it was one of the most magical moments of my life. And ever since then, pyramids have been an extraordinary symbol to me.
And is this what drove you to have your grave?
Oh, no, I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that.
About what?
That.
It's a rumor?
I don't know.
You never did that?
I don't know. I don't know anything about that.
So people keep on spreading rumors about you stealing your comic books?
I guess so. I don't know. I just don't know.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much.
All right.
And
take care.
It's a real pleasure.